and it looked like Caitlin Clark has landed her first speaking gig of the offseason.
Caitlin Clark didn't even wait for the season dust to settle before securing another major bag. While half the league is tangled up in CBA drama and complaints, Clark's already locked down her first off-season hustle, and it's got the WNBA side-eyeing hard. This time, she's not chasing rebounds, she's chasing microphones and money. So the real question is, are they mad or just jealous? Because Clark doesn't know the meaning of off-season. While everyone else is arguing about leadership, lockouts, and Commissioner Kathy Engelbert's vanishing act, Caitlin's out here stacking checks for simply speaking her mind. Not endorsements, not ads, actual speaking gigs, getting paid just to talk, and the league can't stop watching.
His last offseason was Caitlin Clark $100,000 an hour speaking gigs. Well, I'm here to tell you, she is not taking long getting back to work, raking in the cash because she has.
And no, we're not talking about some high school pep rally or charity luncheon. We're talking big league, major corporate events paying 6 figures per appearance. Yeah, that's right, around 100 grand just to speak. Let's take it back for a second. Last offseason, social media lost its mind when reports surfaced that Caitlin Clark's speaking fee hovered around $100,000 an hour. People joked about it at first, until those same companies started lining up with open checkbooks. And now, barely a month after the season ended, she's already booked again. You just know the WNBA front office probably found out the same way we did, through a trending tweet.
Need the money to do unrivaled. She's landing $100K to speak to speak for companies and represent companies all over the country. She's not hurting for cash, and I just think this is just the coolest thing ever that Caitlin Clark is able.
Here's the deal. Caitlin Clark has officially been named the headline speaker for the Long Island Association's Fall Conference. And if you know Long Island, you know that's serious money. We're talking country clubs, CEOs, and generational wealth. She'll be joining their president, Matt Cohen, for a one-on-one conversation about her record-breaking season, the impact she's had on the sport, and how her influence now stretches far beyond the basketball court. In other words, she's not just a player anymore. She's the face of the game, and the WNBA knows it.
So it looked like Caitlin Clark is headed to Long Island Association, bro. So it stated Long Island Association joined the Long Island Association's president and CEO, Matt Cohen, moderates a special conversation with Caitlin Clark discussing her record-breaking performances, impact, and cultural influence on October the 29th. At 10:30 to 12:30 in New York.
This isn't some goodwill appearance or free charity gig. This is a paid corporate event. They've already announced that tickets are limited, sponsorships are up for grabs, and it's all going down at the elite Huntington Country Club. Translation, this isn't a spot for anyone on a budget. Caitlin's walking in there to get paid, and paid big. Here's where it gets wild. Fans love it, but behind closed doors, the WNBA front office, they're sweating, because when your top player can earn in 1 hour what most players make in an entire month, that's a brutal reality check. Let's break it down. The average WNBA salary sits around $120,000 a year. Caitlin Clark can practically pull that in from one speaking event. No fouls, no hard screens, no refs pretending not to see elbows. Just a stage, a mic, and a paycheck. Meanwhile, Commissioner Kathy Engelbert is probably in a meeting somewhere trying to calm players down before next season's CBA talks explode. And the contrast couldn't be clearer. While players demand fair pay, Caitlin's out here proving she doesn't need to wait for the league to value her. Now, let's be real. Clark's not done with basketball, but this move sends a message that's impossible to ignore. Her brand is bigger than the league itself, and that's what's got everyone on edge. Because when Caitlin Clark's name alone can sell out arenas and move sponsorships, companies start asking a dangerous question. Do we really need the WNBA? Or just Caitlin Clark? And that's the nightmare scenario for the league. The same star who put them on the map might be the one who outgrows it.
Just with working back to full health, Steph mentioned that it was kind of baby steps and getting back and making sure you don't lose what you've worked on this season. Just what are your plans for the off season and possibly playing or just doing individual workouts?
Yeah, I mean, probably take a little bit of a break here, just for maybe a week. I don't really want to lose a ton of the stuff I've worked on, and just trying to get my body back to full health. There's some USA basketball stuff I need to get ready for, and I need to be able to find some runs and some ways to play 5-on-5 just so I can kind of get that feel back. And but more than anything, I think my main focus is really just getting my body healthy. And once we get back to 5-on-5, like just being able to test my body and make sure I know it's in a good spot where it's going to be able to hold up with everything that, we think we've corrected or we think we've worked on, to be able to know I'm in a really good spot there. And, when you go through injuries, especially in my scenario where it's been a few of the reoccurring kind of bouncing around, which isn't necessarily uncommon in my situation just because of compensation, and when you're dealing with things in that groin area, that just is kind of how it can go sometimes. I think it's important that you can become confident in your body again, and that's for anybody that goes through injury. So that's probably going to be my main focus is, just feeling 100% again, and then obviously, having that confidence in my body.
Caitlin Clark's offseason gig with the Long Island Association isn't just a side hustle, it's a statement. It's proof she's not sitting around waiting for the Wnba to clean up its image. She's out here building her own empire on her own terms. And the money? It's massive. We're talking $100,000 to $250,000 per appearance for speakers at her level. And you can bet no one's paying less for the most talked about athlete in women's sports. She's basically giving TED Talks with a jump shot. What's funny is how people online act shocked. Like, really? This is the same Caitlin Clark who turned college basketball into must-see TV. The same one who made Iowa games outrank NBA Finals highlights. The same rookie who sold out every arena she played in. You thought she was just gonna take the winner off. Please. While others are stuck in PR wars on Twitter, Caitlin's securing the bag. Smart, quiet, and strategic. But here's why this matters. While Clark's booking speaking tours and expanding her brand, the WNBA's drowning in chaos, Nafisa Collier's calling out the commissioner, Aja Wilson's catching heat online, and Kathy Engelbert's gone ghost again. The league desperately needed a positive headline, and Caitlin delivered one. The twist, it's not their headline, it's hers. She's not waiting for the WNBA to define her offseason, she's defining it herself. And that's what scares them, because when a player's brand grows bigger than the league, the power dynamic changes. You can't bench her, you can't fine her, you can't silence her. She's got sponsors, fans, media, and now a platform completely under her control. It's actually poetic. While others are fighting for bigger checks, Caitlin's out here showing them how to make their own. She's turning fame into business and popularity into independence. And the WNBA's never had to deal with that kind of freedom before. They're used to owning the spotlight, but Caitlin is the spotlight. Of course, the media can't help but twist it. You've got headlines saying things like, Caitlin Clark chooses corporate over team unity. Come on, let's be real. Well, she's not abandoning the sport, she's expanding it. The season's over, NBA players host camps, NFL stars film commercials, Caitlin's giving speeches, and getting paid what she's worth. That's not greed, that's value. And the corporations writing those checks, they get it. They see what the league sometimes forgets. Caitlin Clark isn't just a player, she's a global brand. Her reach goes beyond Indiana, beyond Iowa. Kids in Europe are mimicking her shot. Parents are spending hundreds on her jerseys. That's real influence. So when she books a $100,000 gig at an exclusive golf club, it's not just a payday, it's a message. She's reminding everyone her impact extends far past the court. And that's exactly why the WNBA is nervous. Because whether they'll admit it or not, their record-breaking season had one main engine: Caitlin Clark. When she played, ratings skyrocketed. When she didn't, they dipped. That's not speculation, that's fact. Now the season's over, and their biggest draw is making moves that don't involve them. The league can't promote it. They can't profit from it. They can only watch as Caitlin Clark continues to prove she doesn't need the WNBA to stay on top. The WNBA can't even take credit for this moment. It's Caitlin Clark's world, and they're just trying to keep up. And you can tell the panic is real because league media is already scrambling to downplay it. They're saying it's just one event, sure, until that one turns into 10. We've seen this before. Last year, one speaking gig led to 3 more. This time it'll probably double again. At this rate, by 2026, Caitlin Clark could be earning more from off-season speaking events than her entire WNBA salary. And honestly, she's earned that right. You can't expect one player to carry your league, take the hits, handle the jealousy, and still sit quietly when the season ends. She's finally claiming her peace and her profit. Now, let's talk about something else that's been floating around. Fans asking why she didn't join Unrivaled, the player-run off-season league founded by Nafisa Collier and Brianna Stewart. Simple answer, she doesn't need to. Unrivaled is great for players trying to make some extra income, but Caitlyn's already doing that, and on a much bigger scale. Why risk injury in another league when you can earn the same money giving a keynote speech in heels instead of sneakers? That's just smart business. Work smarter, not harder. This move proves Caitlyn Clark isn't just an athlete. She's a brand strategist, a businesswoman. Some fans say she should be using her platform to fight for the other players, but the truth is, she is fighting. She's showing them a different blueprint. She's proving you can build your own name, your own brand, your own success without waiting for the league to hand you anything. And that's exactly what scares the WNBA, because once players realize they don't need the system to make real money, the control shifts. We've seen this story before. Shaq did it, Kobe did it, Serena did it. Now Caitlyn's doing it her way. Her Long Island appearance isn't just another paycheck. It's a signal to the business world that she's open for opportunities. Just watch. Next comes a new Nike campaign, maybe a Netflix docuseries, maybe even a basketball academy with her name on it. And every single one of those moves happens outside the WNBA's reach. Meanwhile, the league's PR team is still tweeting about unity and growth. That's nice, but unity doesn't pay the bills. Caitlyn's not waiting for permission. She's signing her own checks. And here's the best part, the timing. Her Long Island event, October 29th. Just days before the WNBA's CBA is set to expire. While the league is arguing behind closed doors about contracts and lockouts, Caitlyn Clark will be delivering a speech on leadership and success to a room full of millionaires at a country club. That's poetic. You already know the headlines are coming. WNBA faces lockout as Caitlyn Clark shines outside the league. The media will eat that up, and so will her sponsors, because no matter what happens, her stock only goes up. If the league locks out, she still wins. If it doesn't, she comes back richer and more influential than ever. Either way, Caitlyn Clark keeps winning, and that's exactly what the WNBA can't stand, because right now, the league feels like it's just one headline away from falling apart, and Caitlyn's the only thing holding it together. Caitlyn Clark keeps proving one thing: she doesn't need anyone's help to win. No special treatment, no rigged whistles, no fake hype. She's built different. What she's got is something money can't buy: universal respect. Even her critics have to admit it. Her grind is unmatched. She's professional, composed, and laser focused. No petty social media jabs, no unnecessary drama. She lets her game and her bank account do all the talking. And that's exactly why the WNBA is getting nervous. Because when your biggest superstar can step outside the league and still pull the same kind of money, it raises a terrifying question. What happens if she decides not to come back? Think about it. If Caitlyn Clark ever chose to step away or take her talent overseas, the WNBA's ratings would nosedive overnight. And judging by how easily she's landing six-figure speaking deals, she wouldn't lose a cent. That's real power. The kind that's earned, not given. So yeah, the league's sweating as her name trends again. Not for what she's doing on the court, but for what she's doing beyond it. And the best part? She doesn't have to say a single word. No tweets, no clapbacks, no interviews. She's too busy stacking checks. Caitlyn Clark just turned her offseason into a business clinic. While the WNBA is still arguing over leadership and PR issues, she's out here building a legacy that pays, whether she's playing or not. And let's be honest, Caitlyn doesn't just make money, she makes noise. Every move she makes becomes a headline. When she plays, people watch. When she speaks, the world listens. Even her silence makes ESPN scramble to post something. That's when you know you've reached a level no one else in the league has touched. And deep down, that's what really stings for the WNBA. Because every headline doesn't read "the league is growing." It reads "Caitlyn Clark breaks another record." She's not just part of the brand, she is the brand. Like Jordan, like LeBron, like Serena. A name so powerful it transcends the game. And that's where the WNBA struggles, because they've never had to handle someone who doesn't need their spotlight. Caitlyn doesn't rely on the system anymore. The spotlight follows her everywhere she goes. So when she walks into that Long Island ballroom later this month, not in a jersey, but in a suit, everyone there will realize the same thing. They're not just seeing a player, they're witnessing a movement, a phenomenon. So what do you think? Is Caitlyn Clark redefining the game for everyone, or just proving she's already miles ahead? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more.